Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Now today, special guest Ian Woosnam, major champion, Ryder Cup hero, former world #1, and we played a few holes yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
And it was great fun being here at Apes Hill. I mean, what a golf course, first off. I mean, my first look at it, amazing.
Well, you've done the front nine. Obviously, we're going to do some chipping here now, and we're going to go on the back nine, and you're going to see some fantastic views.
Pretty spectacular out there on the back nine, doesn't it? Now, we saw some good golf yesterday, and saw a few issues around the green. So tell us, we're going to fix it, don't we? Tell us about your short game in particular, through history really, and where you were in your heyday and kind of where you are today, and that'll give us a flavour about, you know, sort of some of the work we might need to do in this lesson.
Obviously, like in the olden days, I would concentrate more on my long game, and I only had one sand down, and that was 53 degrees, and that was, you know, I played the Master with one sand down, 53 degrees. So
you won the Masters with a 53-degree sand wedge. That was the maximum loft you had in the bag.
I used to shave the back off so I could just open it up a little bit. But yeah, just the one, and then as it, you know, the new wedges come out, different lofts and everything, I started obviously changing to a 58, 52, and a pitching wedge. So, and for the last, you know, maybe the last 5 or 6 years, well, maybe more, 10 years, that I've really struggled around the green with the bounce, really. You know, I'm one for watching TV, and I watch players and I see how they play it, and I really struggle with it. I went out to America to play for a year, and I, you know, practiced it, and I think somehow I've just got myself in a rut somewhere.
Okay, we'll try and get it nice and clear for you. And it's contact is the main thing. Some a little heavy, some a little thin.
Yeah, heavy, especially when you're on a little wet ground. Which we got a little bit here today, and
that stickier grass that we get here.
When it's firm, I can get away with it. You know, you can get away with a little because it's firmer. It'll go through it. But as soon as it gets a bit wet, I get nervous.
We had one yesterday on a little bit of an upslope, and it was quite a wet lie, and you struggle with that one. So it's not dissimilar to this in terms of an upslope. So we've got about a 20-yard shot here. You've got your 58. We've changed the sole. This is a slightly softer sole than yesterday's, where you had quite a sharp leading edge there. But we're going to start with that and just watch you hit a few, okay? Just a standard chip.
Right, standard chip. So naturally, I would just stand open, slightly back in my stance, my hands leading forward a little bit. So I want to hit down on the ball. And so I'm obviously just trying to get a good contact on it. Hit behind that straight away.
Yeah, you can see that dug in there, didn't it?
Yep.
Okay, have a few. That's better contact. Yes, a little bit diggy.
But naturally, I would be a bit steeper on this because I'm just maybe trying to make it go forward.
You're trying to have a lower shot,
So I just wanted to go up a little bit more, play the same thing, but just the ball a bit further around. Hit behind it again. And I just don't know why I'm hitting, I'm almost 2 inches behind it. And when I'm trying to hit ball, and then the divot.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not the end of the world hitting behind the ball, but the way in which you're presenting the club, it is a problem.
Yes.
Okay. Right, one more.
See, then I get a real good one, and it doesn't come out where it's so inconsistent.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Stand this side. Let me go through a few things that I'm seeing there. So the way in which your club is entering the turf isn't entering in the most friendliest manner. It's coming in with quite a lot of shaft lean this way. Now what we've got to do today is weigh up a little bit the fact that the way in which you've chipped with that open stance, you've done it forever. We've got to weigh up what we can change, what's realistic to change and what isn't. So I don't sort of mind how you stand into the ball this way. You've got quite a lot of shoulder tilt, which I don't think helps you here.
No, right.
I would try and get a little bit more left shoulder over your front foot, and that's certainly going to help in terms of how you're going to work through the ball. You get quite a bit underneath it this way, okay? And when you start with a lot of tilt, that sort of encourages that movement.
But I suppose, Dan, is that I only had 53 degrees, so I tilt behind it.
And you find a way, but we've got a bit more loft now, so we can change how you do that. So the root cause, the big issue you have is ball gets a little bit too far back, hands get a little bit too far forward. Backswing gets short, but it gets short because the hand's taken away. It gets a bit on the inside here, and there's no real rotation of the upper body. So you don't really get the width and the depth of the backswing that basically gives you time to work the butt of the grip correctly from the top. So this is what you do. I'll break it down in slow-mo. So you get hands definitely ignite the swing for you. The hands get it coming in this way. And then because your instinct is so high, you know, you play golf for so many years, top player. So from here, you're then going to want to pull the handle. So if you look at from here, your butter grip goes down for too long. Okay. So coming into the ball, and I took a video as you were warming up, which I'll show you as well. Coming into the ball here, you've still got a ton of shaft lean at this point. You've got about 20, 25 degrees of shaft lean at this point. And then last minute, you kind of scoop it this way to try and find a way into it. And that's really why you're struggling with that low point control.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to give you much more width and rotation. It's going to feel long, it might feel a bit awkward, but what it's going to do is it's going to give you time to let the club release properly. And then you'll start feeling the bounce working better, and then we can start opening the chest up through the ball. And it's going to feel lovely. When you can start to trust the ground, it'll totally change your mindset.
Yeah.
It's just going to get a lot better. Does that make sense to you?
It does, yeah. It's just I feel like I'm always adapting to the loft on the club.
Yeah.
To hit it down lower because I keep popping it up in the air.
And we might find that with this technique that is actually a little bit high, so we'll get you back lofted down to like a 54. And
yes.
We'll see. And I think going back and practicing for you with less loft,
yeah,
it's a great training aid because it's going to get you having to release it.
Right, but as long as I don't put my shoulders back.
Exactly. So let's get you set up to the ball.
So, yeah.
Try and just put the ball a little bit further forward. And if you can stand square, are great. But listen, if you think about it this way, if I stand really open and I put my right foot a long way in front, it's very difficult for me to rotate because this almost blocks you. If you can drop the foot back a bit, see, it's much easier to move that way.
The last time I chipped really well, I watched a video with Gary Player.
Yeah.
And he stands like that.
Yeah, a little bit shut
almost. And a little shut, and I had the face open. And I rotated and rotated.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was hitting a 3-yard draw.
Yeah.
And I chipped fantastic.
And yesterday, you hit a lovely one on the short course there with a draw feel.
Yeah. That's the only time I chip really well is when I feel like I'm releasing it with a hook.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Okay. So let's set up there.
I think, Rob, because I keep looking at it, I want to finish like that. Mm-hmm. Instead of it doesn't look right when I finish that. Yeah. Maybe, you know, my eyes always has dominated my swing.
Yeah. We've got to get you totally away from this.
Yeah, right.
So by trying to draw it, you see, it's going to get you more this way. Yeah.
Absolutely, okay.
Right, so let's set up there. I'll go through it. So this would be kind of you slightly exaggerated. This is what I would see for you. So the hand start it. The club head doesn't travel a bad amount. It gets to a decent length, but there's no real body rotation, so it's not matched up. Then from there, the handle goes down for too long, and then you have this panic at the bottom where you do that.
Okay.
So let's do the good one now. So the good one is going to be the left shoulder pushing the club away with a little bit more right hip turn.
All right.
So let's do that together. You come back to the ball.
Yeah.
How does this feel?
Like that?
Yeah. Does that feel?
Yeah, it's just the way I would turn on my golf swing.
Okay, brilliant. There you go. That's your feel. Now just one more thing. Stop with that better backswing. We then need to feel like the butt of the grip's going that way. Can you feel that?
Well, it's the only way I'm going to get it there.
And that would be it. Okay. So let's try a few. If you overhit, doesn't matter.
What a bit. Okay, here we go. So.
Right. So that, I mean, you've still it behind, but the bounce was in operation mode. That was a much better backswing.
Okay. I just got to find the bottom. You're right. So it's
just get a little bit more on your left there. Just a bit more there. Get these shirt buttons just in front of the ball.
Okay.
Right, that was nice.
Okay.
Okay.
I would do it I would concentrate more stiff wristed. For me, straight away it would be more stiff wristed, but with a turn in my hips.
And that's totally in your language.
Yeah,
it definitely makes sense because your bad one would be wrists, no turn, drive the handle down.
Okay.
So you've got to. I like stiff wristed. It's going to get you there, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's lean in a little.
See, that's pure.
Right.
And that's what I think we'll see. The ball will come off a little bit too soft.
Yeah.
So then we'll have to just loft you down a little bit. Good. Yeah, how's that feel?
That's better. I'm finding it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
That's nice.
That was more 1-2.
Exactly.
Instead of 1-2.
Totally, yeah. And that's it. You really want to feel like when you chip, it's tick,
tock.
You've got to get that middle beat between the tick and the tock.
Okay, I caught behind that one.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter now because we've got a little bit more of that bounce on because your handle's not travelling down for too long.
I haven't really released one yet. Oh. That released that one.
So that's totally different.
Yeah.
There you go. You just need to hit a few to trust the ground. It's just rewiring your brain, isn't it? That's all it is.
Yeah, well, when you've hit so many duffs, like I come out here
when
I'm here and I practice and I obviously pick a bad spot.
Yeah.
to try and make it right.
Yeah.
We'll
go to a bad spot in a minute. Let's do it off a good spot first.
So this was a bad one. So in there, a little turn.
Yeah, it's a nice width.
Oh, yeah, that's better, isn't it?
Nice, yeah, really good. Now, do this. Hold it just in your left hand only, not on the ball, just away from the ball, left hand only. And just address the ground. Put your right hand on your sleeve and put your thumb on your chest. So basically what you're doing here is clamping.
Yeah.
You see, we're clamping it in here. Because what I would definitely see for you is a backswing where you might get a little bit of a gap there, and then your initiation of a downswing, you get quite a big gap before it then has to flip this way. So this is an exercise for you. It would be great for, number one, keeping that connection, that stiff-wristed as you call it, and then as you come down, put pressure this way against the top of the arm, and then the club can start feeding through.
It's funny enough, I got a band in my bag there.
Yeah.
Which I would strap around me.
Is it like a
just elastic? It's just a fitness bar. I was doing that exercise.
So you could put that over your head, keep this arm free.
Or a towel, I could do it.
Yeah, or sleeve, tuck your sleeve in. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So you want me to keep that connected there? Yeah. All right, I got that.
All right, let me just hit one together. I'm just going to put some pressure here as you start your downswing.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Or I've been going like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's hit one together. Here we go.
You want me to hit it?
Yep. Okay, now you know what we're doing. Let's do it again.
I just don't want to where you were.
That's all right. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
To see that, do you feel that pressure there?
Yeah.
So just as you've started your downswing, I just nudge the arm this way, and then look, the bottom of the arm releases it, rather than the top going this way.
Okay.
Bad?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, that's the way I've tried to swing the golf club, yeah.
Yeah.
Feels like I've just got to be more connected.
Yeah.
Lean in and just, basically, it's like my golf swing, all I would do is just get myself in position and turn and turn.
See, that's coming out great. Yeah? And you've been setting up quite shallow, and then you've been swinging quite steep.
Right.
So what we're doing now is we're setting up steeper, and then we're swinging shallower.
Right, okay. In there.
Okay, a little bit more depth for me there, going back, a little bit more left arm travel. Let left arm go a little further going back and then connect it through. So that's nice. That's nice. Have we got a little bit less loft? Have we got 50?
Yeah, 52 there.
Yeah, okay.
I'll do
Let's
that.
try that. Now, I think before, if we were using a 52, this would come off way too strong.
Yeah.
I think with softer release now, I think we got the right club for the shot now.
This must probably a 53 anyway.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Just came off a bit fiery.
Ball forward an inch, ball forward an inch, chest in front of the ball, wide, firm wristed, release at the bottom. Now it was a little bit down cock there, so that was a bit this way.
Right, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean, Ryan, okay.
That's different. How did that feel? I mean, you really exaggerated that one.
It felt like my fingers went like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I overdid it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
but if you can do that with some chest move with it now.
Yeah.
We're in business.
It's funny that going back, like I used to watch the Japanese.
Yeah, you said yesterday.
And they were the best chippers in the world in the 80s, and they used to practice off a hard board.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I just did there. They get here and then they put the right hand underneath it.
And then they feel the trailing edge working a bit more.
Well, they would shave the trailing edge away in the olden days.
Yeah. Then you can play from the tight lies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that Jumbo you were referring to?
Like
the older guys, yeah.
They all practiced the same once they got it. So a bit forward, chest in it a bit more. So I want to get there and I want to just release it in it. Nearly.
Just backswing was a hair short. Just do this now. Hold the club, right hand only this time. Two fingers at the top of the grip like that. Just like that, right again, that's it. Take a backswing. Now, this gap here on your bad one gets bigger.
Yes, yeah.
Right? So just as you start your downswing, just nudge the butt of the grip back up towards you, right? Don't hit it ball, just do a practice swing. See, that's lovely. So that would be a really good exercise. And then turn your chest like you're doing now.
Yeah.
Do it again, I'm going to video you just doing that. Yeah, look how good this looks here.
Yeah, and I got it.
So that there. Now, before your butt grip would go this way for too long. You see how it's going back up?
Yep.
And now your chest works with it.
Yep.
And that's just going to stay on the ground then forever coming through.
I can't believe I'm that bad. Yeah. When I teach people, I tell them exactly what you're saying. done my head in. Just chest it, man. What I found as well, this is crazy, I must probably chip with a lighter sandown.
Yeah, okay.
And the modern sandowns are all D5.
Yeah.
By the time I shaved mine off, I was most probably down to D1.
Yes, and you preferred that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The only thing is that I feel like when I release the head, I really feel the head, but I seem to mistime it.
I think the weight of the sand wedge is so critical. Yeah, I can feel one swing weight so much, so I think you've got to look at that and just feel that club head releasing. Okay, here we go. So wide back, release. It's a bit snatchy now. Okay, that's fine. We'll get there. We're just going to stitch this together now. So feel like your transition. Just try and get better awareness of that change of direction. Can you feel that? So feel like the change of direction is super smooth.
I feel much better when I just feel like I turn my hips and turn my hips.
Yeah.
Seems to.
I mean, that's the best today, that.
Yeah. Definitely when I feel like I move my hips. One piece.
So that was lovely. Your right hip is now moving. Your right pocket is moving this way now. Right. At the beginning, it basically wouldn't move. It was just like that.
Right.
Okay, but now, yeah, you're feeling this.
Obviously, it feels massive.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah, good. Good. And this is what sort of coaching for you at your level it's all about. It's just trying to find in your words and your feels what you need to do to repeat.
Yeah, I can stand to a bit more like I used to, but into it a bit more. And that's it. That's just a bit of timing.
Yep.
Oh, it's a big difference, that.
Good.
Well, it is, but I've just got to get used to it. Oh, man, yeah, it feels like I'm throwing it at it.
Yeah, well, okay, right, so there's a difference, let's show you. There's a difference between, right, making it release and letting it release. Does that make sense? So let me show you. So this making it is where you're thinking, okay, I've got to get the club to work, right? And the movement is correct, it's just you've made it. The difference is when you let it release, you see it comes off much better. So what I mean by that is it's getting it here and just almost letting the weight of the club start the downswing. You know, that would be the next thing, right?
Okay.
But one stage at a time. That was softer.
Yeah.
This is just practice for you then, isn't it? It's like, can you just go 10% slower on the next one? There you go. We're doing the Goldilocks approach now.
That feels so reverse pivot.
That's it, right?
It's like, as a professional, it's, take out the camera, I've really felt like I've reversed pivot. Now, I've got to get out of the way. And the club just comes down by itself.
Yeah, good, okay.
That's how it feels for me. Amazing now. You know, I've won all the tournaments in the world and whatever, I'm really nervous.
No, incredible, isn't it?
I swear, I can
got down the last all square of the Masters, eh, didn't we?
You got a wet lie like that. Now, I felt that was a good one for me.
It was a hair late, but do you know what now? And the thing is about short game, you all know this from when you've played under immense pressure for so many years, Ryder Cup, majors. It's not about being perfect, is it? It's about getting the highest margin for error.
Yeah.
Which you're starting to get a bigger margin for error now.
That was, I might just come down the shaft a little bit.
Yeah, sure. It's coming out, but that is coming out as good as it gets now.
I can't believe how much that's moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the wind's moving out a bit, isn't it? So I'd start this one, what,
so
6-8 feet left?
So I find like as well is that, to the people, public people or amateurs, that the further down the shaft you go on the grip, you can swing it longer.
Yeah.
Because the shorter it is, the less power really, in theory. So, and it gives you more control.
I think the big thing about short game in general, and I always say try and explain it, is that you've got long game and you've got short game, and they're totally opposite games.
Yeah.
In terms of the movement, one's basically a powerful movement, one's sort of a finesse movement.
Exactly.
So I see too many amateurs set it up like basically they're trying to hit a 100-yard shot.
Exactly, it's crazy.
So yeah, by going down the grip and just narrowing the stance, all these things are taking the power out.
Yeah, and this doesn't need a power shot, you know, you just lean in there, turn.
So the setup there, by the way, is so much better. If you're going back in there, this, so if you can see from the face on, if you go in there again, you've got this sort of, I call it the pivot line. So you've got a line in which you can rotate around now that goes all the way through, whereas before, if you reverse the upper body a little bit,
Yeah.
You were more like that.
Yeah.
And that was a big change. So now you're here.
Yeah.
Now you can move more this way.
Right, yeah. It's funny because that's how I normally chip,
Yeah.
but I've been going in the ground so much.
So you were
trying to shallow it out.
Exactly, but we know why it was going in the ground is because it was there and it was this way.
Got you.
It wasn't to do with the setup. Yeah.
Right. So that is quite normal. That's normal for me.
Yeah.
So I just got to do that.
Great. Yeah.
Bit right.
No, just get the start line now.
Yeah. Bit more over here.
That little dark spot there. Just left of that.
Yeah. Just let the camera a bit.
Yeah. How do you like that flight and spin there?
I love it.
Yeah.
I doubt I'd play that shot, but
yeah.
For this shot, because we're downgrain, downwind.
Yeah.
But what's nice, it's making me really concentrate where I'm trying to land it and the pace of my swing.
Yeah, good. I think you've got more awareness of your pace now.
Yeah, if I was with the other one, I can get away with a little bit.
Yeah.
So that is, got to come over here now, and I just got to.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, just.
It's much safer.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the 58, and let's imagine now that we've got to carry that.
Another 3 yards, 4 yards.
We've got to carry it, yeah, so see, over that dark spot now. So we're going to carry this 4 yards on the green, see if we can stop it. So I do the same motion for you, just with a ball a little bit further forward, but really make sure from the top you're taking all the time in the world just to let that club fall back down and the butt of the grip swing back up towards you. Just needs a longer backswing.
Yep, it's got a feeling of it.
Played it well.
Just got to hit it harder.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Got to find it.
But it's coming off softer now, which is all because of the change we've made. Now you just got to feel it.
Ah.
A little bit disconnected going back there. A little bit.
Was it?
So you've talked about the Japanese. If you were going to say European great short game players, who would you sort of say? Obviously, Sevi's obviously going to come out of your mouth, I'd imagine. Well, has been the #1, but
and the next one too is Elazabal.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Complete different actions, really, in a way. Yeah.Elazabal's really straight face, very stiff wrist. Yeah. Just uses the loft, just like a putter, really. Just. Yeah.
And Sevi went a lot more this way.
But Sevi was most probably 55 degrees and could play anything with it, really.
Yeah, yeah. So the maximum loft he had. And for any aspiring golfers out there who were just using 60-degree wedges everywhere, you won the Masters with 53. Sevi had a maximum of 55.
Watson, all them guys.
Yeah, Watson. Yeah. So, would you say that young aspiring golfers maybe should play with less loft? I mean, have a 60 in the bag by all means, but don't use it all the time. 6
degrees should only be around the green or in the bunker when you need to go in. Even in a bunker shot, you know, no longer in that shot for. Yeah. Really, if the pin's at the back, you use your 54 or 56.
Yeah. I always say 6s on the back in big red capital letters should say emergency use only.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Full shots in there, you only use a 60 degree if you're going in from 80 yards to get it, lob it over the bunker, really.
Spin it, yeah, good. Right, a few more higher ones, okay, let's just get the hang of this now. Nice. Nice.
Go on, right.
Nice shot. I'll give you that one.
Thank you. I wouldn't give you.
You've seen me before.
I've seen you. It's almost like, so I feel like a little cup, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Well, that's a good, no, I agree with that.
Which has got to feel like that, hasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Now, before you see, it would go more, it would go a bit more that way.
I wonder who does that.
Yeah. Or just do my driver swing, yes. We're going to have a lesson on my swing next time, so check that video out as well.
Right, from there, yeah?
Yeah.
It's almost put me in, you know, I've got to find something that makes me do it. So for me, make my left knee go behind the ball.
Yeah, good.
Or turn into my right hip. Feels like I'm reverse pivoting completely. I know I've duffed it, but...
It's the right intent. Come on, give me a 25% longer backswing.
I'd have to feel like a...
No, that was exactly where I wanted it.
I put a bit more loft on it, but I had a bit of confidence to do it.
That was good. You've got to build that from repetitions now.
Right, okay.
Very, very good. Very, very good. Go in. Very good. Does that feel like silly long to you, or does it feel...
Silly long, yeah.
Yeah?
I wouldn't hit it that hard at all. Well, I wouldn't see that shot at all.
Yeah, you got to imagine you got to make the carry if the fringe goes never.
I got to think let's say I got to feel like I'm coming over this bunker is in front of me.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I feel like, but it doesn't matter. We're just practicing. But now I'm starting to get a bit of confidence. I'm in there with the face open, but I'm more going where I am. But yeah, as I say, I feel like I'm.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Definitely more of that draw look about that as well through the ball.
Yeah.
Very good in. The speed there, that is so much softer, isn't it?
Well, I said someone to put a bit of loft in the backswing. You have another ball. I think I might have sussed it. Okay. So that one, you know, we were all talking about little tiny things here. So when we played yesterday, we did a little bit of coaching. And it's like, as you say, I'm de-lofting and then trying to put loft on it. So I felt like putting loft on it, that I could turn back through it.
Exactly, because you've got it there, so you can choose what you want to do with it this way.
Exactly, that was the best one I hit there because I got it a little better. So it's like, it's wider but maybe more low. All right, a caught behind it, but that's just timing.
It doesn't matter now. It doesn't matter now. And I think in terms of you sort of rewiring your mind a little bit to get some real confidence back in the short game, it's actually shots like that that are going to rebuild your confidence more than the great ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So it's there.
Just hit it. Just hit it. Good. Just hit it a bit. There we go. You're using the bounce now beautifully. How does that feel?
That's easy.
So the chest just kept moving there.
Yeah, I got that.
And that would be the final bit really for you just to get.
Okay.
Good. So hopefully you learned something from that. So I'd say the key points there, we're getting the club on a better plane going back, more width, and really understanding and getting the feel for the transition, how the club lands, how it moves through this way. But I think the other key is when you're working with players as sort of well known and so talented as you, Ian, you've got to put it in your own words, which is what you've done there in your own feels, because that's how you're going to take it on and actually develop it yourself.
Because it feels like I get there, I'm into my left side, but I feel like I've got a plate in my hand and I have to sort of do that.
Yeah.
And then turn my chest to the target. Yeah. And the club is just a weight, and it just doesn't.
It is, and that's the big thing. It's starting to flow. So we'll hit a few bunker shots, maybe a few out the fluffier grass as well.
Right.
That'd be good. We're going to do that now. Okay. Right, we're in the bunker now, Ian. We've got a 12-yard bunker shot. You've always enjoyed bunker play. I feel like you're quite confident with it. Hit some ones yesterday, perhaps came out a little bit heavy. We've got a different grind in there today, haven't we? A different bounce.
Yeah, we've got a little bit more bounce, a bit wider sole. For this more fluffier sand in the bunkers here. So that's going to help to sort of hit the ground like I was just doing on them last chips. If I catch it a little fat, it'll still come out.
Yeah, exactly.
But with a narrow blade, it's just going to dig into the sand and it can do anything.
And I think it's worth looking at. I think it's so important to make sure you get the right bounces and the right grinds for you. So go to your local PJ Pro and make sure you have the right ones in bag. I think the tools you use, absolutely critical.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you've got a nice soft bounce. Let's have a look for this front pin.
Okay. So yeah. So basically, I'm just going to try and chip it on, land it on the green. But for me, what I try to do, then, if I want to stop it quick, I'm going to put more loft on it.
Yep.
So I might be making this 58 into 70.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have me speed up to get the spin.
Yeah, sure.
The harder you can hit it, the more spin you're going to hit it.
And to open the face up more, do you get further away? Do you feel like you drop the hands a bit lower? Is that something you consider as well?
If I want to go higher, I would bend my feet a little bit more, get a bigger stance. And I'm one of these persons, I don't take it out, I take it around.
Yeah, I like that.
And I open up the face. I want as much loft as I can so I can slide underneath it.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do it.
That's lovely. So can you see how that's working through the sand? So yesterday, and check the video out if you haven't seen it yet. We played the front nine here at Apes Hill yesterday, and there's a couple of bunker shots where the divot was just quite deep.
Yes.
I think we played one where we both played it. I managed to skip it quite nicely. You got a little bit deep on yours.
Exactly. I wasn't happy. Oh.
Yeah. So you see the divot depth here. That is much shallower.
Exactly.
And you're skipping the sand a bit more.
And it's sliding through the sand on the bounce.
Yeah. Good. Let's have one more. And if you do notice here, once you set up there, see how square Ian is setting up to the flag there. Now, many of you will be setting up really in a very open stance, okay, which is really a lot of players have done over the years, and it's been taught that way for the last 100-odd years, really.
I didn't realise I was that square.
No, but you are fairly square.
All right, okay.
Which I would say is the modern way of playing a bunker shot.
Yeah, I see it. I don't think, but I think, see, that's happening there automatically because the wind's off the right, and I'm automatically adjusting my swing to the
conditions. Yeah. But I would try and put that into your action, because when you stand a little bit squarer, it's going to help you move this way, like you say you were trying to do. And we know you can get a bit steep at times, and it is going to help you stay shallow and skip it a bit more.
You know, as I've got older, and you know, I've got this ankylosing spondylitis, I've gone over, you know, and everything comes out. It's not, you know, it's difficult to keep my posture. So I see. So a little square maybe, and I'm going to turn right in this right side. That's a real spinny one.
That's a great shot. Yeah, one bounce stop. Yeah. That was good. And lots of speed there.
Yeah.
And what I like about your action, like over when we did the chipping a minute ago, we were saying your butter grip was going down for too long. You've got none of that with the bunker
I'm completely the opposite.
So it's going like this. I mean, just releasing really aggressively, and you're laying that down in there, which is key when there's lots of sand. Now, if this was a really compact bunker and you use that technique, you'd have a bit of a problem, because it would kick a bit.
Yeah, I don't seem to have that problem.
Yeah, I think you're so talented. You can adjust it. So you're going to probably get a little bit more. You're still going to release it, but you're going to get a little bit steeper.
Exactly, So I wouldn't have to do so much.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do now then?
Right, let's play a longer shot. So we've got, I think the hardest shot in golf is that 30-yard bunker shot.
Well, which one's that one?
So it's going to be the back right with the balls around it.
Right.
Would you change anything?
Well, for me personally here, I most probably would do. There's two options here, right? Yeah. I know there's a little downslope going down to the pin, and it's down grain. Yeah. So if I did pitch it just by the downslope, 1 yard short, pops up and goes down, I could most probably just reach that, but I'd have to play it a bit back in my stance. Okay. And I'd be playing more of a more rounder shot. A bit more of a draw feel? Yeah, draw. Try and work the sand a little bit more forward. Yeah, and I'm thinking, well, why do I need that? Why don't I use the 52 and do it without that? But maybe I wanted to go over there, bounce and check. I think the benefit of using a 58 and trying to play a long bunker, you're going to get more spin. I'm going to try and... Whereas the 52 would release more, wouldn't it? That's what I would want to do, yeah. Well, let's use both clubs, see how we get on. Not so easy in this... if we see that you know, as an example for the viewers, we've got that ball out there. I just want to be about a yard right of that, let it bounce up over the bat, down the hill and check. Yeah. That is the plan. Yeah, good to start with a plan. Let's go. Let's start with a plan. So I'm back in my stance a little bit, weight forward, and I'm sort of going to be able to sort of like do this, just hit down on it, but too hard. Not far off it. No, I thought you played that really nicely there. It almost did move right to left through the air there. Yeah, there's a bit of wind. So that was pretty good. So I'm going to go down a bit steeper. So I'm in there, turn on my left side a bit more and drive right down. More like the chipping shot, which I shouldn't be doing. Yeah. There it is. So you squeeze the sand more forward. That's a great shot there. Feed down. Oh, I didn't feed down. I think as well what the viewers can take from how you're approaching and how you're chatting about your bunker play is how you're really trying to visualise the shot. Do you do that generally from every shot, or is it, you know, particularly around the greens, you've got to visualise the first bounce, second bounce? So like, you know, this is where being prepared to try and play quicker. So I'm coming off, or I'm either walking or I'm on a buggy. Yeah. I know pretty well within 10 yards or 15 yards of the green what shot I'm going to hit. Yeah, because you painted a picture. I painted a picture. I'm ahead of myself all the time. Yeah. And we're a huge advocate of fast play, aren't we? Yeah, so like, as soon as I'm thinking the shot, that's the shot I'm going to play, but then, the lie says I've got to play something different. Can we play the 52 as well, a bit more of a run-in shot? So it's got a little sharper blade on it, which I don't seem to be getting on too well. We'll try, I'm going along with me. So we'd see a lower shot, perhaps a little bit less spin on this, and a shot that's going to run out a bit more. Well, I'm most probably going to play this more like I played this other shot at the bit start, because I don't have to do it so much because it's already there. A little bit further back, face open. I'm just playing the same shot, really. That's a good shot, Nick. You see that, that's a lovely shot. So that's the shot I would play all day long. Exactly, and I love that. I think if you're struggling with your long bunker play and you're trying to do that with a lofted club, I think you're always going to struggle. If you can go down to 52s, I mean, sometimes I'll go down to wedge or even 9-iron for the 40, 50 yard shots. I did a little bit of a exhibition with Peter Baker not so long ago. We were at one of the golf clubs, and the people were asking questions, and you know, the first shot I had was 80 yards away, or 90 yards away. I played with an 8-iron. Yeah. And I hit it like that. Yeah. And then the next hole I had a 45 yarder. another club, I used my 52. I used an 8-iron 52 or a pitching wedge. You don't have to use the same club, but every amateur comes in, the face is like this. Isn't it? So if the face is like this, all it's going to do is go in sharp. So you have to open up the face so it uses the bounce, so it slides through.
And you can still do that with an 8 or a 9. It's just going to slide through a bit quicker.
Exactly.
So it sends the ball a bit further. Now, just on lies, I think a lot of people miss the lie in bunkers. So let's say we've got some sort of rake marks there, and your ball's just sitting in a little bit of a groove mark like that, and you're going to this front pin. How do you approach this? I think a lot of amateurs don't appreciate how the lie changes the spin.
That wouldn't bother me.
Okay. Right,
wouldn't bother me that at all. I'd play the same shot.
You'd play the same shot.
You're going to make it a bit worse than that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Exactly. There we are. Let's put it. How
right.
About
Well,
that?
yeah.
I was being too kind on that first.
All right. Okay. 60 degree. You're going to the same bunker.
Yeah.
Obviously, Dan, it's sitting a bit bad. It's got the sand in it. You've come down here. You're coming. Oh, Jesus! Someone's not done the bunker right. And it's a hard shot. For a pro, most probably it's not too bad, but you can't control it as good as what it was if it's in a good line. So what we're trying to do here, I'm going to play exactly the same thing as what I do, but I've got to realise, you know, I'm going to hit some sand. It's going to come out. It's going to come out soft, but it's going to come out with not so much spin.
A bit more that way,
So hopefully we're just going to land it just on the green.
So you're changing your landing area.
Just a little bit, just, you know, front of the green. But the sand is so soft, it's going to be a bit more speed on this one because it's in a bad lie.
Great shot. So the landing spot came back, didn't have the same spin. We still got it to 4 or 5 feet there. And I think that's really important for you at home there. Just, you've got to accept how the lie is going to change the spin of the ball. Which you did there with the landing spot, and it just ran out a little bit more.
Yeah. There's lots of, you know.
What about plugged lie? Really plug one there.
Yeah, this certainly. Now this is one of the different things we can do. That's not too bad because let's just say it's gone in its pitch, you know, we'll 7 it a little bit.
Yeah.
Come in somewhere. I'm going to do the same thing. It's going to run even more. I can power that out, but let's say it's really deep. Well, I'll play that one first, so it's not too bad. I wouldn't quite open it as much as I am. I just square it a little bit, and then let it run up. Yeah.
Just play it the simple way and let the ball. I mean, because how you get the ball out of the bunker is how you work the sand under the ball. Now, when it's sitting down, the sand's not going to go under the ball. It's going to go over the ball, so it's going to create more of that run out.
So, like, you know, if you're really down like that. Yeah. So this one's difficult, but this is a real good one because we can play this opposite. It's not a really easy one. Yeah. You hold the face like this.
Yeah. Okay,
you hardly hold it.
Here we go.
Aim right. What happens? It goes in the sand and it
twists it, yeah.
And it gets it out.
And it gets it out. I mean, that was horrendous. So it was sitting there. Would you play it that way in tournament play?
Like if I'm going to go further one down to that back one, I go back stance, hold it like this. Just let it.
And just stick it in there. A lot of people get afraid of those shots, but it's not a really difficult shot at all. It's just quite an industrial shot. You just got to blast in behind it.
I think I showed Laura this, that she always goes in for that one. Yeah, it's really, when you hold it really light. Yeah. Right, Dan, you have a go at that one. Let's see.
Well, I would play plugged lies actually with an open face.
Yes, well, it's...
And I would stick the heel in.
Yeah, it's got to be very powerful.
I'd go wide open, left, and I'd go across and dig it in. So kind of, you know, that way.
Very good.
Yeah, that's how I would play it. I've never really played this toe one, but you're going to teach me it now. So we're going like that.
Just turn it right.
Where do you want it there?
Aim right, yeah.
Aim right. Is that enough?
Back steep and just let it,
And I'm just going to stick the toe in and let it twist.
Yeah.
But really light.
Very, very light. Yeah. Oh, see, it was more powerful.
More speed, yeah?
More speed, and you can maybe hang on to it a little harder.
Okay.
So it chopped out through it too much, didn't it?
Yeah, that comes
all
out
depends
great.
How far you want it. More
exactly.
Power.
So if I wanted the ball to run more, that's definitely a way of doing that versus the one that if you go open and across, it's going to go higher.
Absolutely, yeah. Because, well, you know, sometimes it's that bad. You know, you're not going to stop it. So I'm just trying to get it out. But as you say, that one I would play with an open face, a bit like you. Oh, I got that out well.
Yeah. Right, so we're going to play a few now from the longer sort of Bermuda style grass here, right? And this is where you get a lot of this in America, for example. Yeah. Have you found this through your career?
Not good at all, especially when I was younger, playing with one sand iron, I guess. Especially at majors, I just couldn't get on with all, especially PGA. You know, you have to play that little flop shot, not off that lie, but deeper. But this shot, not too bad for there because, you know, I could just take that off the top.
Because it's sitting up, so you just nip that off the top. You could do the action we did earlier, take the wrists out a little bit.
Wouldn't be too bad, but if it, you know, do you want me to play it?
Yeah, we'll play that. I'll just show you how. So basically here, you just square face and just nipping it off the top, yeah?
Funny enough, you know, what you've just showed me, I play this most probably exactly what you've just taught me to do. Is like, I'd be there because I'm nipping it. I'm trying to just reverse and just take it off the top.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'll just play one as well. I think the key when it's sitting up on top, not to use your wrist too much and certainly not to come down into it. No, you've got to feel like you're just clipping it. So a little bit of a draw feel on these ones I like. So it's in and you just clip it off the top. And that's a really nice way of playing that shot to get that contact.
Really interesting, Dan, is that, you know, after we've just done some chipping and everything, maybe I just need to practice a little bit more off a right to left slope to get my action going this way again.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really good idea. Now, that lie wasn't too bad. Now, this is the lie. It doesn't look vastly different, but you can see that's nibbled down now.
Yeah. That's uncontrollable. Well, not uncontrollable, you just got to have a good method. Yeah. I've got better at this because I played with Bill Longmere a little bit, and he said, this is how you play that. You just play like a bunker shot. You try to hit behind it, but I've got to be shallow. Yes. Since I've done that, I've been a lot better. Okay, good. So what I'm concentrating it in here now. Yeah. I'm taking
And this is where what we talked about earlier, I think, is going to help you. You have to let the club work this way, because if you get any lean into this at all,
I'm dead.
Look what happens, right? It totally sticks in there. So it's all about using the release here to get the club sliding.
Too soft.
Just a little bit there, yeah. Okay.
Just got to accelerate on this, bit like a bunker shot.
I would just put that ball position a bit further forward for you there. Just get it up on that left heel, right up on that left heel.
Is that on the left heel?
Yeah, and then just a little bit more cupping that left wrist going back.
Oh.
Just drove in a bit.
Yeah, you can see why I didn't do
it catches you out.
That's pretty tough, actually.
It is tough.
Yeah. I've got to be a bit more.
Come on, really release that club head at the bottom. Yeah, it really grabs it. Yeah. Would you ever change grip pressure a little bit? Like when you got a lie like this, would you maybe squeeze a bit more here to try and hold the loft a bit? Is that something you've ever done?
I'm on this little right to left. I would hold it a bit softer, because, or I just aim a bit further right, most probably. Oh, that's, you know. Oh, Dan.
There we go.
I don't know what I was doing there, because you put it on the top.
It threw you.
It threw me. Get it in a dirty lie.
There we go, down.
Down, right. See, yeah. So what if I come over here? This is more like, I'll play this shot.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to play that like a lob shot.
I must probably play like that.
You've got to go in really open, ton of release, keep moving. And it's just practicing the speed, isn't it? What speed do you need to get through it?
It's like the bunker shot. How hard do I need to hit a bunker shot? It's just feel, isn't it? It's, you know, especially when it's on the side of the green, it's very difficult. I love the way these guys play it. You take a big swing and they almost stop.
Yeah, they do. It goes this way. They're very narrow through it. They go this way and in here. And they talk about putting it, you know, putting it in the holster, I would say, like in here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
That's in the holster. There you go.
Yeah, not too bad. I can get it on the green.
I mean, that caught a bit, but the bounce is still working through easier.
Just doing it now.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to get the right bounce, and you've got to find a bounce which is going to do it for everything.
If I was playing at this grass a lot, I'd have a much wider sole.
Yeah, yeah.
To really help me go through.
To let it go through, yeah.
But that was good. So hopefully you took something from that, some real good basics there in short game through bunker play, some different types of lies, and that different flights that we did over on the chipping green over there, the low flight and the softer shot. And hopefully you got some bits there you can take away in your own game and work on and get some real confidence back in that part of the game.
Yeah, Dan, I think it's very important, and thanks for that, because, you know, obviously I've lost my confidence. I've been looking forward to come out to this, come out here to Apes Hill and here in Barbados, and, you know, to show me, because once you lose your confidence, it spoils your game of golf.
Yeah.
So I'll come now and practice that. It's difficult when you're doing on the film and talking at the same time and trying to create it, but now I'll spend hours doing that. Yeah. I've done it before. Yeah, there's no reason why I can't do it again. Exactly. So I'm looking forward to that. So any people out there, get to see Dan. He'll sort you out.
All right, okay. Take care. See you next time.
Cheers.